2018, it's expected that the number of IoT devices surrounding us will actually surpass the number of cell phones. So it gives us a measure, I think, just visually of how many of these things are creeping into the world around us. There are a number of organizations that are trying to find ways where that fragmentation can be broken down and that everything communicates with everything.
The research firm Gartner estimated that by the end of 2017, there would be 8.4 billion connected things in use worldwide, of which more than 5 billion would be consumer applications, and that by the year 2020, these numbers will have more than doubled. In the public sector, Interagency International Cybersecurity Standardization Working Group recently issued the draft NISTIR 8200 Interagency Report on the status of international cybersecurity standardization for the Internet of Things, to inform and enable policymakers as they seek timely development of and use of cybersecurity standards in IoT components, systems, and services.
The IoT should not be looked at in isolation, if I may say, as a technology, and that other technologies are now interplaying with the IoT. I'm thinking of AI once again, and just to note that the OECD is about to create an international, a global observatory on artificial intelligence, and we will, in that context, address related Internet of Things issues, including product safety issues, and we would hope that your agency and other agencies working on product safety issues will join the conversation and help us identify the right issues. Again, this is about sharing information together at the international level and with other bodies and committees at the OECD. We will organize very soon a conference on the Internet of Things, AI, and product safety jointly with the European Commission in next November, probably during the International Consumer Product Safety Week.
Do you have specific suggestions for how we might address the data gap and any additional information that we might seek and user-friendly ways of asking that?
The direction that I had given to the staff was think as broadly as possible. You come up with where you think these are emerging issues, and I was very pleased by what they produced.
And so I didn't really think that we had jurisdiction, but recently I've really come around on that, and I really think it's critically important, as each of you has presented today, that we have an interagency and an international effort toward addressing these important issues. I look at Europe today in terms of protecting consumers' privacy compared to this country, where we're just learning how easily all of our private information is being used to make a few people a lot of money.
Mr. Wallace, first of all, let me thank you for being here, but also your suggestion about more money for our budget. If only that were up to us. So I would encourage all of you, and your point is well made. In order for us to get above the baseline of what we do day to day and to be able to address emerging hazards, whether it's e-commerce or the IoT or any other endeavor, increased funding is necessary, and we will be doing that as the appropriation time is appropriate. But I appreciate those comments, and again, if we only had control over that situation.